one of the mentor on the road who has been traveling across USA and India and all, and has been working out to find out and reach out with the pain points of businesses. And that is how he has been curated many such roads, mentor on the road trip across US and India, and have been found out various applications how he can help us and support these businesses. And similarly, he is the chief mentor of Vibrant Goa Foundation. The Vibrant Goa 2019, which we had, it was all under his mentorship, and we had a very good, great time with more than 200 plus MSMEs who had participated. And out of that, the most heartwarming thing, which is for us, is that 36 out of those 200 MSME exporters have started really exporting, that is gone out of Goa for business, transferring their businesses beyond boundaries of Goa. So that's a major achievement which we have been able to under his mentorship, and he has been constantly hand-holding us, all our entrepreneurs who have, whether they had taken their part with a booth in Vibrant Goa 2019 or not, but he has been very generous enough that all these years he has not left us alone, and he has been helping us, and many of us have grown. The living example, I would always rate myself for him, that he is my business mentor, and that is how I could really fly off with my journey too. So I won't take much of time. Over to you, Dr. Jagat Shah. And after this, we will be also having, he will be also presenting and introducing two more partners. That is how we can have opportunities for businesses with UK as well as USA. So it will be a continued till 3:30, and then from after 3:30, we will be having the another session, which is a panel discussion with Dr. Jagat Shah and many others at the main auditorium. So I would request you, once this is finished, immediately we'll all have to shift to the main auditorium, and thereafter it will be, and thereafter again we will be having a chance to more network with the Shah, sir, is about the valedictory program, which will be from 4:30 to 6 p.m. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Arman, for the introduction, and good afternoon. After lunch is the best session. People are no more hungry. How many of you are exporting? Okay. How many of you want to export? Right. Then I am in the right place. How many of you feel that AI can be used to generate business? Okay. Oh, good. Then one of you should take the session. Interesting. How many of you use ChatGPT? Ah. How many of you use ChatGPT 4.0? Okay. Sorry, 3.0. How many of you use Apollo? Good. Interesting. 2. And Perplexity? Okay. Interesting. How many of you have a smartphone? No, some hands are not raising. Friends, I have always believed, many of you know me, I have believed there is no product or service which cannot be exported. For 27 years, I am putting a challenge. Today also I am putting a challenge to all of you. Come, tell me, here is my product, here is my service which cannot be exported. In 5 minutes on the screen, I will show you a company from India which is already exporting it. So, doesn't matter what business you belong to, what product or service you belong to, it is exportable. I always give these examples. In Gujarati we say bakri ki lindi. You know, goat dung is exported. There is a company doing 6.5 crore exports, and they have only one customer in US. They export to them. And he tells me, my challenge is I don't get product quantity. And there is another company, Jaipur, Sunrise Agriland, my student, he is exporting goat dung to Kuwait, cow dung. Again, 12.5 crore rupees export. Right? There is third company in Ahmedabad, Devendra Trading Corporation, which is exporting rotten potatoes. And in his purchase order, it is written, if more than 5% is good quality potato, then payment will be deducted. So, I can go on giving like this many examples. To get into export market, all of us have a question in mind, whom should I export to? First, which country, and then to which company? And in that company, which person is going to take the decision? These are the questions in our mind from market point of view. Shipment, execution is not a big challenge. There are many good service providers even in Goa who will help you. The challenge is how to get the order. As time has changed, technology has taken over, and today we will talk how artificial intelligence is useful, because it has made many mundane tasks which we used to do manually, which used to take time, in 20 seconds now. So first of all, we have a model which we follow. For 27 years I run a school in Ahmedabad, which is now online, where I teach companies how to export. And we have a model called SPENCO. SPENCO is suspect, prospect, approach, negotiate, close and order. Suspect, which country can be buyer of your product. Prospect, in that country, which company can be importer of your product. You have to suspect only 5 countries. And you have to suspect only 10 companies in a country. Don't prospect a very big company. Prospect a small size company, if you are small. Right? Start from there. And then approach, how to contact, whom to contact, how to get connected. And then negotiate, and then close, and then order. So I will quickly take you through how AI is used in each of these steps. First of all, AI is a junior data analyst. The paid version of ChatGPT is how much cost? How much? $20 a month. Right? $20 a month. So a lot of things which junior analysts used to do is getting done there now. You can run very complex analysis which would take a couple of hours in seconds. For example, there is one institution in Geneva called International Trade Center, which is under United Nations. All the countries in the world, they send the customs data to that organization and they put it together into a portal called trademap.org. So for any product, HS code, all products are driven by HS code, harmonized system code number, standardization. You write, it will tell you which country imported this particular product, how much, and from which country at what price, average, and a lot of other data. Earlier, it used to take a lot of time to analyze that. Now simply make an Excel sheet of that, download it, put it in ChatGPT, give it a prompt, tell me which 5 countries should I target, and it will give you an amazing analysis, right, based on that Excel sheet. So that is the first step, suspect which country can be buyer of my product. You can access export data, which I told you, trade map. Then there is a Ministry of Commerce has a portal called commerce.gov.in, where again every port of India gives export shipment data to the Ministry of Commerce, and they publish it 3 months back real time. Again, same exercise, Excel sheet, and you can find out from India which product is being exported to which country in how much quantity and also price. Right? So you will also again be able to find out the country as a market. And you can run predictive models. See, now what is very interesting thing which has happened so far? So far it was only historical data which is getting analyzed. Trade map and Ministry of Commerce is only capturing that data which is already fed and which is known. Now there is a tool which is now under beta, and it should come out in June, July. You say that this particular company, Boeing, for example, next when will they import gearbox? That's it. It will tell you, it is actually looking at the past data. It is actually correlating with Boeing purchase of several years. And it will say, Boeing will purchase gearbox next on around 15th of May. Likely from this company, because that data is also in historical, likely at this price. Now imagine if this type of information can come to you. Is it empowering? How you can position your deal to that company by knowing who will be your competitor, likely, which right now has reached 85% accuracy. They want to bring the product when they reach 100%. So you can position against your competitor, you can position against price also. If price is something which you are working on, which you should not generally work on value addition. So now look where the world is going. So far we are only talking of historical data, and now suddenly we are talking of future data, future prediction. And I have always felt, now we come to the next stage of approach, right? So chat GPT we see, now customer identification and targeting. This is called ideal customer profile. Who is your ideal customer profile? No, not the largest importer. So if your product is a food product, and if you think that Walmart is someone you want to supply, don't get into it if you are a small company. First of all, they will send you a 16-page vendor registration form. It will take 1 year for you to fill up, to comply all the conditions. And then their first inquiry will come for 200 containers. And you will say, I can't produce. Right? So who is your ICP? That identification also. So there is this tool, right? And which Apollo, which I was talking about, Apollo.io, which does that work for you. You give it prompt, there are 16 filters. You select the filters and say, I want to contact a company in US, which you would have identified as part of Spanco or any other country, whose employees size is 10 to 50 people, because that's a small company, whose even sales is so much. Even city-wise you can select. If you have selected a geography in US, for example, US is a large country, and you can select, I want to get in contact with the people who are in purchase department or purchasing function or procurement. There are many filters. You play with the filters and it will throw you a data. These are the 45 people, including their profile, including their LinkedIn ID, including their phone number, and including their actual email ID of work. It used to take so much time earlier to be able to get phone number of people, right? So that has become so fast, it takes 5 to 10 seconds to do that. Now, what is the cost of Apollo? $80 a month. $80 a month. 80 plus 20 is how much? $100. What is $100? 8,200 rupees. What is the salary of an executive in your company? How much? I'm asking. 15,000, 20,000. For 8,000 rupees, you are getting an executive. Why? Because it will also design. You write, there are some tabs. You say, this is my business, this is my product, this is my website, this is my brochure, upload. Whatever information you write, and give a prompt. Please develop a introductory mail to be sent to the prospective buyer, which you already shortlisted in Apollo itself. It will draft a mail. When you read the mail, you will think, oh, I am in this business for 20 years. I could never write such a letter. Right? Sometimes it is demoralizing. But don't worry. Right? I always say, it is better to be naturally stupid than artificially intelligent. Right? So that letter will be drafted. Okay? And then you read and you see, yeah, this is good, you want to change, you change. Right? You add some natural stupidity to it. And then you say, send, it will send. You don't have to send. The list is there. It will send it to all of them. You say, send it as per 4 o'clock of every recipient time. US time zones are different. It will match the time zone, because it would have checked the website and known the company also location. It will send as per the time zone. Right? Thumb rule, any introductory emails, send only after lunch, their country time, wherever you are sending. Morning, everybody wants to finish their regular work. Morning, nobody reads introductory mails. Even otherwise, introductory mails is not a good thing to do. Right? There are other methods, but fine, this is one of the services which it provides. You also tell them, send a request to connect to all these people in the list on my LinkedIn. Configure your LinkedIn to it, it will send request to connect. While sending a request to connect, you write a prompt that make an introduction in such a way of mine that my LinkedIn request will be accepted. It will draft an introduction. You will think, I don't know so much about myself. right? And LinkedIn is telling me, AI is telling me about myself. And then it will go and high chance of acceptance. Give up the moment it is accepted, send this message. What message will you send when it gets accepted? It will write a message. As soon as it is accepted, it will send. You may be sleeping, right? See how easy, how fast it has become. Even you can actually now do your voice simulation. You can record your voice in a few sentences which they will draft and tell you. And from that voice recording, it will also make a phone call. And it is my challenge that if you get such a phone call from me, not me, my bot, you cannot say it is not me. Right? Voice simulation. So phone calls also done. Of course, what I have learned so far, because I use it, I never talk about anything I have not used it. Closing can never be done so far by AI. There will be a time it will happen, but not so far. Closing of a deal you will have to do, right? But lead generation it can do very well. And lead conversion will, of course, you will have to get in, right? That's where your role. However, so much of life has become easy, to reach up to that level, which used to take months. Suddenly you are able to reach in an hour. And you will know, and you can keep changing your ICP, you can keep changing your country. Just play around. 1 month if you practice on Apollo, you will master it. Practice is required. Personalized marketing and social media, even you can connect your social media to AI. You can connect your SEO, you can do SEO through that. Supply chain optimization, once you have got an order, so I already spoke about predictive analysis, then route optimization. Even at the time of, this is a big issue with new exporters, new companies who want to start exporting, that I don't know how to quote a price CIF, New York. I don't know what will be the freight. My container is half a container. How to calculate? Apollo will do it for you. It will give you a freight rate because it is connected to portals like Kogo Port and many others. And it will draw real-time container price. You can even say 1 month from now. Automated warehousing, real-time tracking of your shipment as well as product, right? Supplier selection and management, even back-end. Not just, interesting, not just the buyer. If you are a trading company and you are buying from someone, some factory, you can use Apollo to source your vendor also. It is both ways. How suddenly you have become competitive, right? My definition of competitiveness is very simple. 4 elements, and that is so very well captured in Vibrant Goa under the Amazing Goa model. Efficiently create goods and services which meet global market demand, leading to rising living standard for everybody in the society and which is sustainable into the future. Efficiently create goods and services is innovation, which meet global market demand, international business. If international business is not part of your business, you are not competitive. I don't care how much money you are earning. I don't care great profit you are making. You are not competitive. Why? There may be conditions because of my philosophy is that a company becomes competitive only when it starts exporting. Why? When you export, you are not only competing with a company in India, you are competing with company anywhere in the world. And that is why you become competitive. A lot of people tell me why you are motivating Indian small medium enterprise to export. India is such a big market. Whole world wants to sell to India. You are telling SMEs to export, they are not even selling to 5 states of India. Let them sell in India. Wrong logic. My answer is, the moment a company starts exporting, it comes to know about the best practices of their business in the world. And when they bring those best practices to the Indian business, their Indian business improves. And you actually become more competitive. So second element, international business, which leads to rising living standard for everybody in the society, which is inclusiveness, which is an equity model, and which is sustainable into the future, sustainability. Today in the valedictory, we are going to launch Amazing Goa. All these 4 elements have been captured in Amazing Goa. The motive of Amazing Goa is to make companies in Goa competitive, right? That is one step towards it. Compliance and documentation. You can even ask what certifications are required for this particular product for me in US. In 30 seconds you will get. You can then keep diving more prompt. For this particular certification, which organization should I contact? For this particular certification, what documentation is required? For this certification, how much time it will take? All sorted. Earlier we used to struggle, call people, consultants, advisors, right? Now everything is there. So there is a lot on this subject, but I will first like to throw the questions to you. Like anybody of you have a question, my phone and email is there. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Now speak lowly, I will hear.
So my question is, since you mentioned Apollo, right? I've been using Apollo from past couple of months now. What is your strategy in terms of increasing the reply rate? Because in terms of open rate, it's very high, right? Even you can customize it. Even Apollo gives their own suggestion with their AI. But I have been using Gemini for it because Gemini has a much better response than ChatGPT when it comes to drafting it. But how do we increase the response rate in these type of methods? And to give you a background, I am running an IT service company which is building products and services for supply chain management. Right? So how do we increase the...
Okay, what product?
So the product is a warehouse management system and retail. It's a warehouse management system and a retail supply chain management system.
Right. Suppose you were sending an email for which you were expecting a response, right? What would be the subject of the email?
I mean, as of now, there are 4 different subjects which I'm trying to use. So I'm just running A/B testing with the tool. I think the most opened one was reduce your operational cost by 30%. That's the one which gets most number of views.
Right. So the thing is that always in subject have a question mark. Ask a question. Don't give a statement. Ask a question. Create curiosity on the subject itself. For example, do you know the market size of your product in America? You are not talking of your product. You are talking of their business. That you will have to configure in Apollo. That their product, whatever to whomever you are trying to approach, ask this question. People will be surprised. Either they know or they don't know. If they know, still they will say, who is this person who is going to tell me what is the market size of my product in America? Right? They will still respond. And they don't know, they will certainly respond. And this is what I also tell people to talk on phone. So when we make a phone call to any importer, we start talking, I am so-and-so from so-and-so country, from so-and-so company, I make this product. No, not at all. No, not at all. You say, for example, some chemical, there is a chemical company here, who is that? Right, chemical, okay. Right, so the chemical company, they should be calling that, hey, in Germany he is making a call to some targeted person who he has found out as a decision maker in the company. This is an interesting thing. What is a decision maker under Spanko? The person is called MAN, M-A-N, he or she. MAN is he or she who has money, authority and need. 50% of the time we are speaking to the wrong people. After 2 months we come to know this person cannot decide. So in Spanko it is said, if you can identify your man, he or she, 50% of the sales is done, even before approach. Right? I'll pick up the call, phone, and I'll say, hey, Mark, do you know the total market size of cyanuric chloride in Germany? You are not talking about your business company. It's a curious question. They will respond, yes, suppose. Okay, how much it is? Most people would not know. Right? And if they say no, so you can say, do you want to know? Even on email, same thing. If they reply yes, you say, okay, do you want to know? If they say, I don't know, do you want to know? You're getting, what is the point? The point is get into a conversation. We are not getting into a conversation. We are just pitching. Get into a two-way conversation. That will increase your response rate tremendously. My point is just talk about the pain point of your prospective target. And that you will have to analyze through market research. You will have to study their business, their website, a lot of other information. So my point is be a learned communicator. Right? And there are many such questions. Yeah. Yeah, please, don't worry.
My second part of the question is, how effective is email marketing as compared to inbound, running ads on LinkedIn or even Google Ads? So, being a small startup, we have limited budget in terms of either going with full-fledged email marketing or even with the inbound marketing, which are like running ads on different platforms.
Yes,
So, which one
I think email marketing is slowly dying. It will die out. More new models will come up. But inbound is best, and in inbound the video format is the best. Not the static pictures and posts. The video format is the best today. What the last data I read was almost you have a 60% higher chance of getting observed by your target buyers if it's a video format. In fact, there was a Fortune 500 companies marketing heads interview which was done last year, and 65% of them said their majority of the market spend is on video content. So video is a good way, and there you have also your vlog, your video logs, as well as podcast. Those type of things will get you more inbound. So that is the indirect marketing, and which can also be actually integrated with Apollo. You can actually make it a email signature. Yeah. Anybody, any questions? Any more? Yeah.
That put this question and ask the customer, what is the size of your market? What are the tools to find out?
Chat GPT, number one, of course the paid version, but many more market research tools. For example, now we have a friend from UK here, British High Commission, who is going to speak. But there is a very interesting resource we use, which is Lloyd Trade Bank. Right? Amazing. I have never found a better resource. It's a British resource. I have never found a better resource than this in terms of doing a market research and finding out the information about any country, any product. It is also HS code driven. And it is country. You can find out in any country, any product market research reports. It's a compilation. Plus it has e-commerce portals compilation. It is an exhibition compilation of that. Anywhere in the world happening. A lot of leads also, actual transactions also, which have happened with shipping bill details. Right? So this was a service which Lloyd Bank introduced to its customer as a credit plus. And then, but it is now open to everyone. That's the best resource so far. There are many others. Yes, anybody else? Any questions? So my suggestion, if I have to close, I will say do two things. Today you have come here, taken out time. It will be of use to you if from Monday morning you are on a paid GPT, chat GPT or Gemini or Perplexity. Perplexity is owned by an Indian. Right? So Make in India, support Make in India, and it is even better also. And Apollo, $80, $20, $100. Until and unless you give a resource allocation, it's not going to happen. We generally so far in small medium enterprises have been complaining that we don't get proper manpower for our export market activity. Now that complaint is no more there, but still we are not adopting the technology. We in India in the SME segment have always been poor in adopting technology. By the time we are adopting certain technology, many more new technologies have come. Be a very early adopter of technology. Within a month you decide, oh, this is no good for me. Close your subscription. That's the only investment you have to do. Right? My appeal to you is that AI is useful to you if you are an early adopter. Right? Because then you will know how to make better use of it. Because it will only come by practice, as you practice it. So how many of you plan to take these two tools? Good. Done. Arman bhai, my mission is over. And my friends, please export. I am telling you, trust me. 1981, Chinese and Indian economy was same size. It is today $19 trillion. We are $4 trillion. Chinese export is 3,900 billion. Our product export, goods, merchandise is 470 billion. 3,900 billion China. There is nothing which China does which we cannot do. Right? But of course, there are many, many issues involved there. But what I'm saying, Chinese economy became $19 trillion because it's an export-led economy. India is a consumption-oriented economy. Till we do not, Prime Minister Modi has given two slogans. We should be doing $5 trillion turnover, $5 trillion economy by 2025 and a developed country by 2047. I have done my homework. There is no single country in the world which has become developed economy without high percentage of their GDP coming from export. It's not going to be achieved. And it is people like you who will be doing it. India is a market-driven economy. India is an entrepreneur-driven economy. China is a state-driven economy. It won't last long. India is an entrepreneur-driven economy, So it is we who will have to do and adopt technology faster. Thank you very much, and I will now request Vikram Singh from British High Commission to continue